Hey guys! So, you know, I'm kind of excited about next week because The Sims 4 Jungle Adventures comes out. I'm just, you know, a tiny bit excited, and maybe there's a reason. A greenery-filled, nature-loving, biology-studying reason that I'd be extremely excited to take my Sims and go on adventures in the jungle. No, my tarantula! Come back, my dear! She's a little shy, but she's perfect for being able to share some of my excitement about The Sims 4 Jungle Adventures with you guys. So, the official trailer just came out and I wanted to react to it, but I realized I really needed to do a little bit of a face cam to show you guys why I am so excited. Look at me! I am surrounded by green stuff. I am wearing butterfly wings on my ears. I looked down in my basket of plushies and I actually had a tarantula waiting for me, and there are indeed tarantulas in The Sims 4 Jungle Adventure, and I'm hoping that somebody will like extract them so that I can have an adorable pet inside of some of my Sims homes. That would be amazing because they're fantastic creatures. Don't fear these kinds of arachnids, guys. They're awesome. But enough about all of my obsessions with plants and animals and nature and greenery and leaves and more leaves and tarantulas and everything else. Let's go ahead and we are going to go through the trailer together so that I can tell you guys why I'm so excited, because I'm so excited and I think if I have to wait a few more days to keep it all inside, I'm just going to explode. So if you have not seen the official trailer yet, definitely check it out first, because it is one of the voiceover trailers and it will actually give you a lot of details over what's going to be showing up in the game pack. It feels really weird to call this a game pack. It's huge and there's so much cool stuff coming. I am so excited. I am so excited. I hope to maybe make it daily for a while. Who knows? I'm just gonna dive in with both feet, possibly into the beautiful natural pools that happen to be inside of the game, and we're gonna have to see where our adventures take us. And I'm really hoping you guys will enjoy our wild thornberries twist we're doing on our wild animal rescue. And I'm thinking I definitely want to do more streaming, if for no other reason than to show off my adorable little friend here. I need to give her a name. I've had her for years, ever since I used to teach kids about like ecology. I've had this little one kind of as a little puppet helper, and now she's back. Now she's back and she needs a name, and I would love to show her off more. So maybe I'll make finally my Sim self and Chips' Sim self, and we can send them into the jungle to go on all of these awesome adventures, because I think that'd be pretty fun. Alright, so let's do this. We're going to go through the trailer normal speed. I am going to completely freak out because there's so many amazing things, and then we'll go through on a slower speed and I will once again completely freak out because there's so many amazing things. Let's do this, guys. We're gonna go ahead and start now. The Sims 4 Jungle Adventure game. The bridge! The bridge! Oh, and just seeing the adorable, oh, the archaeology! And just the outfits that they have for everything. I mean, it's like stuff I actually have. This is just going to be so much fun and so beautiful. I've watched the live streams. I have read everything I can about it, which normally, look, it's you! It's all of your siblings! And then there's a whole bunch of cool bats. It'd be so cool if people could get the, like, modded bits so you could have those interactions. I bet Bakey would probably work on that because he's got it so that you can have like the seagulls and things show up. Machete. Okay, let's see. That's right. And so she's going to go on an adventure. He's not very good at the practical adventures because it is considered kind of a skill, or from what I've gathered, it's a collection of skills. So if you're really good at gardening or rocket science or athleticism, then you'll be able to do different things that are needed for these adventures. Oh, those waterfalls. Oh, those natural pools. It just takes my breath away. It's so beautiful. This is just going to be so amazing. And the temples sound like so much fun because you're able to visit them again and again, and sometimes it'll be like once you do it enough you'll kind of recognize some of the rooms, but the layouts will be different, and the rewards, the loot that you're supposed to be able to get, will apparently be really randomized. And I would not be surprised if modders started going through and maybe editing the loot results so that we could have loot that reflects all of the expansions, or maybe some customized loot. Oh my goodness. Skeletons. But I'm gonna have plenty to keep me busy for a very long time. I can tell already. This is just so fun, and we haven't even gotten to the archaeology part yet, which I'm really looking forward to. Being able to take everything apart and being able to kind of create a beautiful museum and try out all of these different relic pieces. I don't even know if I want to turn my Sims into a skeleton, but I might as well try because that seems pretty cool too. I never thought I would see a skeleton salsa dancing, but that was actually pretty amazing. Oh my gosh. And those waterfalls, guys. Those waterfalls. Oh my goodness. All right. So round 2, we're gonna go back through everything, and I'm kind of going to pick it apart like I like to do because I am very excited. Like I said, I've been watching a lot of the live streams that have been going on for this pack. I'm trying very hard not to spoil myself too much, but it just feels like there's so much. New collectibles, natural pools to discover, actually being able to utilize some of the skills that your Sims develop for their careers or for their hobbies in a whole new way. I think that actually excites me almost more than, in fact probably more than having new skills to learn. Normally I love having new skills for my Sims to learn, and it's really fun because it's like, yeah, we have something new for them to do. A new skill might present a new way to present a Sim's personality, but being able to watch my rocket scientist run into alien eggs in the jungle and then being able to take home an alien that way is really cool. Being able to watch my handy Sims like repair something and use those skills they've gained at home repairing the sink to save their lives in a temple, I think that there's a really fun kind of symmetry to that. So instead of your Sims always having to develop a new skill to tackle some of the new challenges that are showing up, it's really cool to see some of the older skills come into play. So your Sim can be like, I've spent my life preparing for this adventure, because they have. They've worked on their logic skill their whole life, and now they can put it to the test in a tomb. That's really cool. So I'm actually very excited about that, but there are going to be 2 new skills. I believe one is the archaeology skill. I'm not sure if the archaeology is a skill, but one is definitely the culture skill. So there's a culture skill, and the higher your cultural skill, the more secrets you might start to learn and unravel around the jungle, which again I think is a really nice little touch. And I would love, I haven't even played it yet, but I would love to see that repeated in future game packs. Like if they could give us a new place to explore every year or even 2 years, I think I would be ridiculously happy. So let's go back through the gameplay trailer, and we're gonna go a little bit slower this time. So let's do this. Okay. All right. Moving through it. Those waterfalls. Those waterfalls. There are places in Granite Falls, which is kind of ironic that now Granite Falls has been out waterfalled, but those waterfalls are so pretty. And I just have a feeling I'm going to spend half my time just like swirling around looking at everything. And actually, that does bring up a good point. The waterfalls apparently give you a romantic boost. So they give you a little romantic moodlet because they're so beautiful and they just inspire so much. So imagine exotic wedding locations that you could have your Sims go to get married in a beautiful waterfall-filled glorious jungle. Or imagine having your very artistic Sims possibly go out there to work on their photography skill or their painting skill. Maybe you might have like your Simstagrammers try to have their pet lemurs pose so that you can take pictures of them. The possibilities for the Jungle Adventure Pack, I keep seeing a lot of people only look at it in terms of adventuring, but a lot of the people who are more into setting up scenes for their Sims should look at these waterfalls, look at these temples, and see it more as new backdrops that they could use. If the adventuring and the exploring and the amazing everything isn't their thing, then it's still a new world that you can bring your own personal preferences into. For instance, I know I'm gonna have a lot of jungle museums and a whole bunch of gardening going on. And speaking of gardening, there are new plants, new collectibles, and new fish. I am so excited. Let's keep moving. I could basically talk about this all day, so I'll try to make myself just keep clipping along here. The bridge is really cool looking, if you ask me. It kind of reminds me of the bridge in The Sims Freeplay too, which reminds me I need to start sharing my Sims Freeplay adventures with you guys. I really love all the decorative items, and I love the immense details to so many new plants. There's actually a ton of new plants that I could point out here. I also love the architecture for all of the columns that are up all over the place, the beautiful ruined walls, the beautiful vases. But I have to say, the archaeology skill really makes me so excited and so happy, because that's just such a cool thing to me. And it's probably because my love of my life is a actual historian, and he he very much does this kind of stuff, not digs in the dirt and actually does the archaeology aspect of it, but these kinds of like discovering little fragments of the past and putting them together and interpreting them in the context of what we know about them now and what we're learning about them through new scientific advances. That's very much an intimate part of my daily life. So it's really fun to see that I get to actually start playing with it in The Sims in a very adventurous and fun way. So like I said, expect to see a whole bunch of streams based around this, where I think I'm finally going to make my sim self and Chips' sim self, and we'll go on some adventures and see what happens. Chickenberry, do you want me to make you into a cat or something? We'll have to figure out how I can bring some of my pets along, considering I have birds and geckos. But alright, let's keep moving. Like I said, I could literally talk about this all day, so I will make myself keep it a little bit shorter than all day long. I'm really excited about the tombs, and I'm actually really excited about the idea of taking some of my more cowardly Sims in there, or like making some of my Sims kind of end up in the tombs by accident, and some of my Sims never going. It just wouldn't be appropriate for some of their personalities. But that's fine, because like you don't have to make your one Sim do everything. You can just open it up as a storytelling world. For instance, I could see a lot of my Sims coming to this world just so they could go shopping. Just so that they could come here and they could do some exotic shopping and they could get some new clothes. I want to set up like a really cute fashion district area where I could just have my Sims try out the new fashions. I should probably have done that for City Living and Granite Falls, and I didn't think about that before. Setting up a whole bunch of little mannequin shops where it's just like that regional sort of outfit that I could have my Sims go and buy. That's really fun, and for some reason until now I've never really just thought about trying to make each neighborhood super unique and giving my Sims those experiences of it being so super unique. Sending them here so that they can have specifically the food local to here, or they could be able to buy things specifically local to here. I actually have seen that in a lot of other people's way that they play too, is that a lot of us tend to play where if I send my Sim shopping, it's just whatever conveniently located lot has the equivalent of like a Walmart or a Costco, where it's all of the collectibles and all of the objects shoved into one location. And I think with this, I'm really going to try harder to really explore and play in each of the neighborhoods and each of the worlds with a lot more attention to detail, because there's a lot of attention to detail here that I'm really in love with. But anyway, I'm rambling. I'm just so excited to share this with you guys. So yes, I am absolutely in love that statues apparently super important if you need to get yourself cured of a few things. All of the little new decorative items and little new collectibles and little touristy purchases that you can have your Sims make. Love it, absolutely love it. Oh look, there's like a spider away spray. There's two different kinds of bug sprays. There's the shower in a bottle, and I think there's like energy bars, energy packs that you can have your Sims eat so that they can keep their energy up. I really love the way the cart looks. It's just so cute. Look, there's your siblings again. So what I've seen is that the adventures will kind of work two ways in the Jungle Adventure Pack. You'll have sometimes where your Sim kind of wanders into the forest, and they'll have the pop-up adventures, kind of like when you send them off into space. And you'll have sometimes when you're directly interacting with an area and things like this happen, where you might have bees or spiders or other things show up. But I can't wait for somebody to unlock that spider so that I can have a little spider pet. That's actually really cute. Oh, I hope somebody can make it as an accessory so it can always ride on your shoulder. That would be adorable. Oh my goodness, as long as it's not the venomous one. But the plants, guys, this just feels like a really lively world, and that is very, very exciting. I actually, the vampire pack felt really, ironically, bear with me, alive to me as well. But this world definitely, because there's risks for my Sims, there's friendly places, there's dangerous places, there's a lot of ambient creatures and animals, and there's snakes. I've seen snakes. You can't interact with them. They're just like things that skitter along the side like the ducks and the seagulls are, but they're still snakes. So what if, oh, what if Bakey is able to extract that and he can make it into an object you can put down? That would be amazing too. So it just feels very alive because of the plants, because of the animals, because of all the areas, and we haven't even touched on the tombs yet. And the tombs will constantly be changing and presenting. Eventually you'll probably get used to all of the variety of what shows up, but it's still going to be different every time. Not procedurally generated, but like switched around layouts. Like imagine if you had a whole bunch of pieces and you just tossed them around and you could line them up in different ways. That would be so much fun just to have that experience versus what was in World Adventures where you go through it once and it's over. So that's much, much, much better. Just look at this. There's ambient butterflies flying around, the shadows, the way the plants are moving, the way people are walking around, shopping, being able to get a machete so that you can really work your way through the jungle. Apparently a lot of those items like the machete and some of the other gear you use up. So you will run into the pick your own adventure like options and it will use up those things as a resource, which I thought was pretty interesting. I can't really think of, other than like fertilizer for The Sims 4, I can't really think of things where your Sims would buy something and then use up, I guess the pet treats too, as a resource. Oh, that's so fun. Look at this, and little campsites, and then there'll be the little jungle spots that they can go wander away in. It just looks like it's going to be so full of hidden secrets. And with a little bit of elbow grease and some polish of adding in some of our own mods and some of our own tweaks, I could start putting in the dragonflies from Outdoor Retreat here for my Sims to find. That seems very appropriate. I think I should possibly have a specific campsite that's just covered in the Outdoor Retreat firefly, or not fireflies. Well, fireflies would be beautiful over a natural pool actually, but I meant like the fire ants. That would definitely be something to see. No, come back here, little one. She is so shy. Come here, we'll snuggle. You don't need to go anywhere. But yeah, it'll be fun to see if somebody is able to turn the tarantula into like a little accessory so that your Sim can have them on her shoulder. And these are kind of the tomb areas that I was mentioning earlier, where I think once your Sim goes through some of these, like this portal place, they disappear for a while and you get the pop-ups. And that actually doesn't bother me very much because I feel like that's something that you could have a whole bunch of and you can kind of have expanded. And it's definitely a lot more fun than just having one like park area that you get to walk in once. Or even just having the temples used over and over again. Because it might be really nice to send your Sim family on like their little jungle vacation and you have some of them who want to just stand and watch these beautiful waterfalls and make some really yummy food and have a picnic with all of the fire ants and the you know, the spiders. And one of your Sims is more adventurous than that and wants to go through the portal, and you can kind of have them do their pick their own adventure thing while your other Sims are busy taking pictures or trying to run away from the spiders. So I really love that, and I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I don't even know how I'm gonna cope when the time comes to stare at these waterfalls, because this is just so beautiful. Oh guys, I'm so excited. This is so cool. The natural pools to send my Sims to, I don't want to send them home. I'm just gonna like rent out one of the little Airbnb-esque places that they can have and just keep them there forever. That's basically what I want. That's what I want with Chips and I. When we do our little Let's Play, I'm gonna try to strive to get my Sim self and Chips. We might put them in the same Thornberry world so I can like donate to the museum, because that'd be kind of cute. But oh my gosh, guys. The temples I think are gonna be a lot of fun. It's just like what you guys have been saying. It's like this pack was made with everything I ever hoped for in my heart put into The Sims 4, and I'm going to enjoy it so much, and I cannot wait to share it with all of you. It's gonna be an experience, and I really I'm hoping it can live up. I think it already will, but I'm really hoping it can live up just to my excitement. I don't really have any expectations other than what I see. And I always have the confidence that, and I think this is why I'm such a happy long-term simmer, but I always have the confidence that with The Sims, thanks to the mods, thanks to my own capabilities with the game, thanks to what it is, if I want something more, I can normally find it, make it, or adjust the game to reflect that myself. So I'm pretty excited about this. We'll have to see where everything goes. Oh my goodness, are we still, oh my gosh, I really talked for a long time. We're not even through very much of the trailer. I'm sorry for that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Here, we'll speed up the trailer a little bit because I'm pretty happy with what we've talked about, and all I can say, guys, is that when we get there, it's gonna be fantastic. I love it, and I would love to hear what you guys are going to do with it. And I really hope that when you jump into any of these things, you can try to look at it from a point of view of what could you bring to it? How could you change it to make it yours and to fit your gameplay style? So don't just passively like dive into this. I think that this is truly an adventure, but like most adventures, it's going to be what you make of it. And that is kind of up to you. So if you want, I mean, imagine taking a comedian just so that you can go get a skeleton. Were those walls glowing? That's so pretty. I didn't notice those walls were glowing before. Oh my gosh. And by the way, I have noticed how you can actually take the crystals that we have had since base game, and you can take the crystals and chisel them down. You can see her do it. Chisel them down and stick them into a relic piece. So it's really fun to see that some of those crystals have more use, apparently, because I love collecting them. But again, I'm not sure if I want to turn my sim into a skeleton. It might be a really unique experience for some of them, though. I could definitely see some of my scientist sims enjoying that. And the dancing. That dancing makes me want to try to learn how to dance, because that seems a lot more exciting than some of the more formal things. But alright guys, flowers, new flowers. I saw more new flowers. I hope I've made it clear that I am more than a little excited for this, and I really think that it's just going to be something that makes me happy. I'm not really going to want to jump into it looking at it and being like, now I must tear it apart and analyze everything about it. Just expect me jumping into it and having an absolutely fantastic time, just having fun for quite a while. And I hope you guys will join me. So alright. I'm going to escort my lovely tarantula friend to the side and just get ready. I mean, it's coming. It's coming like next week. This is the best early birthday present I could have possibly asked for.